just want to welcome you to the First Timeless Life show. My name is Libby. I'm excited, a little nervous because one, this is the first show. The second is sitting next to me in Bowen's Cafe Express is Chef Tiffany Derry, who we all know from Top Chef. And not just that, you were voted for as fan favorite,
Correct.
which to me translates to America's favorite chef. Okay, and I told you, we saw each other yesterday, and I told you people follow you wherever you go. So I just want to tell you that this means a lot to me. And on top of that, I wanted to tell you there's a personal connection for me and the Timeless Life in you. Because last year we hosted our first event at your previous restaurant, and the food was great, the restaurant was great, and all that just made a huge impression on me. Because a person can plan an event, but if the food is not good and if the restaurant's horrible, it's a bad event.
I agree.
But
I agree.
that event, I mean, people are still talking about it. So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for taking the time out to speak to us.
No problem.
So I gotta ask you, what was your first cooking experience? And I don't want to hear about the perfect dish. I want to hear about the first dish that you made. And it became out perfect on the screen.
Oh my gosh, no, I am totally not the perfect person. So my very first dish I did that was not perfect by many standards was spaghetti. In my house, there was something, and there was some kind of fascination with spaghetti.
Yeah.
So one day I said, I'm gonna make the best spaghetti. I don't know how old I am. I'm young though. I'm gonna make spaghetti, and I'm gonna put chicken and sausage and shrimp. And
Wow.
Mom's like, that's a lot going on. And I'm like, I know. I love all of those things, And so I made spaghetti, but when I cooked the actual noodles, they were all messed up. It was horrible. And my parents are like, but the sauce is good. And I'm like, that's so sweet. I was really hurt, so I tried it like 15,000 more times. And finally, it kind of became my signature dish that everyone started saying, hey, can you make the spaghetti?
Nice.
And I mean, it was good. The sauce was really good, but I didn't know what was going on with spaghetti. And it took me a few times to get it right. I found out I was not putting enough water. I didn't have a big enough pot. I was trying to cook too much spaghetti. It didn't have room. All the starches were coming out and sticking together, and like all these things that obviously I didn't know in the beginning.
I was gonna ask you, how big was that pot the first time?
Yeah, I'm trying to cook for about 20 people in a pot.
That's hilarious. Okay.
That was not big.
I have a story that's gonna make you feel good.
Okay.
So my first time cooking, was I made Rice Krispies treats. Yeah, okay. So it's like the easiest thing to make, correct?
Okay.
So I watched my younger brother do it, and I mean, he's a guy. Younger,
Okay.
but keyword. Younger guy, making it, he's like, everybody loved it. I mean, it's simple. So he's like, I'm gonna try making that. So I attempted to make it, and I think I'm the only one in American history to burn Rice Krispies treats. Don't ask me how I did it.
I can't say nothing because them noodles was horrible.
All right, well, that's awesome. So your goal was to become a chef, but not just any chef. You wanted to be a great chef, right?
Yeah.
What were some sacrifices you had to make while you were in culinary school?
Sleep. I sacrificed sleep.
Wow.
When I was in culinary school, I worked at the Art Institute as a chef assistant, and I worked at IHOP graveyard shift.
Okay.
So I would go in at 8 o'clock, and I would get off at about 5:30 a.m.
Wow.
Yes. Then I would go to school, and they started anywhere. The assistant that I worked with, sometimes he'd get there about 6:30. So I didn't want to go home because I would be wasting time. So I would actually sleep in the garage, and he would come knock on the window when he was arriving, and I would go in with him. I would do 6:30 to 11:30. My class started at 12 o'clock, and from 12 to 5, I had class.
Oh.
So, I mean, I was really involved, and no one could have told me anything because I loved every second of it. I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything. I didn't do parties. I mean, I had worked all of my time in high school as well, so like I never did any of that stuff. So I was like working, I wanted to make some money, and
I'm impressed.
and all of that. So yeah, I mean, I worked very hard doing culinary school.
So this was something that you really wanted to do, and you in your case, you sacrificed sleep. Most people don't want to sacrifice their sleep, and they don't want to sacrifice their going out time. They're like, you know what, I'll do school, it's what I want to do. I want to reach this goal, but right now this is what I want to do. But you had a vision, a goal.
I did. I knew what I wanted to do when I was 16. When I started at 15 at IHOP, and by 16 I knew that I wanted to be a chef.
And you were a manager, right?
I was a manager at 16. As soon as I turned 16.
The youngest manager, if I'm
That
not
is
mistaken.
correct.
That's amazing. So I gotta ask you, you're going through this. It wasn't a smooth ride.
No, not at all.
How did you handle criticism?
Man, you know what? Everybody's a criticism. Everybody's a critic, you know? So, I mean, when you think about it, food is subjective, so everybody has an opinion about food in general. Coming into a male-driven industry,
right?
Obviously being a woman, people sometimes didn't quite take you as serious, and they wanted to put you in the salad station or go do the desserts,
right.
And I'm like,
the looking pretty station,
yes,
right?
Yes. I'm like, I don't want to do that, you know, or trying to make you front of the house. You know, when I first started at IHOP, they told me that that I couldn't be a cook and that I should do serving in the front of the house.
Wow.
So I actually waited for a position to become available.
But you did it.
I did. I did. When that opportunity came, I jumped and they needed me, and I never put on an apron after that.
And I gotta ask you this. So you started off at one level. And did you give it your best, or were you just like grumbling and kind of like in a bad mood?
I worked hard. Yeah, I loved it.
Because you knew that was going to come.
You know, all I knew is that something good was going to come. All I knew is that if I kept doing it, I'm going to have a strong sense of faith as well. And so I know that when I put my all into something, something good has to come out of it. And so I just worked really hard, and Mom's like, you know, you can do it, you can do it. Very encouraging. And I had a good group around me as well. I mean, all of my family and my friends that I had were good friends. And so it worked out.
And that's something that what you just said earlier means a lot to me, because sometimes we work to build a business and we work so hard, and you know, we expect everyone around us to be like, yeah, you can do it, but you want to see the results too, and sometimes we expect results that happen like overnight. But when I listened to your story and I went back and I read more and more about you, and I was like, this woman worked hard, and it didn't happen overnight.
Not
but
at
you're
all.
young and you're so accomplished, and so it tells me like, just keep going.
Yes.
You know, so it's gonna happen. The door will open.
I tell my cooks and I tell people that I talk to all the time that you have to work hard. My chef used to tell me, girl, put your head down and cook. And basically, I mean, yeah, it meant one thing, it meant stop talking and do all this other stuff, but the other way it meant was for, you know, not to worry about all the other things that's going on. He used to say, money will come, money will come. Don't worry about going to the job that's just paying the highest at this time. You know, learn the craft. Stick in there, work hard, and you know what? If a restaurant closes on you, there is nothing they can do to take away the things that you already know. You know, so if you know it, you can get on anywhere, you can do anything.
That is true. And I gotta ask you this, did you ever want to change your career in the middle of culinary school when you weren't sleeping and you were just pushing through?
No, I never wanted
to
change it. I don't know what I would do if I don't do this.
Okay.
To be honest. I mean, when I was younger than the 15, a baby, when I was younger, I said I'd be a coach. That was a thing. I would be a coach.
What sport?
Wasn't sure. You know, I played volleyball, basketball, soccer, track, golf, and tennis.
Okay.
So, I mean, I could have went a lot of different ways. And when I decided that I wanted to be a cook, from that moment on, I never really thought about doing anything else.
All right, good. Who did you look up to inspiration-wise?
I have a few people who inspired me growing up. My mom was big. I mean, she did hair, and she did hair all my life. But this woman was a little worker bee. I mean, she does not stop. It will be midnight and she's vacuuming and cooking and she just doesn't stop. My dad always tells us, "Want to sit down somewhere," you know, because she doesn't stop. And so I know where I get that from. My dad has always had 2 jobs and still does from my growing up. So I know that I kind of got that mentality of work, but they're big on family as well. And it's just weird how they can fit all of this in with all the things that's going on. I mean, very big on family.
Okay, so you got your work ethics, you got your family values, all came from your family.
Yes.
Is there anyone outside your family?
Yes.
Okay.
When I was in culinary school, toward the end of my culinary education, I had a chef. His name was Mark Holland.
Okay.
And I had just came back from France, and a group said, "Hey, you know, you need to go check out Mark Holland." I'm still working at IHOP, and they're like, "You know, it's fine dining. It's a seafood restaurant in Houston." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." Houston, shut up. And so they said, "Give him a call," and I said, "No, I'm okay. Like, I'm working at IHOP. I make okay money. You know, I get to do whatever I want to do during the day. You know, so like, no."
Yeah.
So a few months later, he called me. he called the school actually and had them contact me and tell me to call him.
He called you.
Still didn't call. Then he called, he got my cell phone from somewhere, I have no idea. He called me and said, hey, you know, I'm looking for a position. You want to do pastries? Like, no, thank you.
Putting you in the pretty section.
Exactly, no, thank you. So finally I needed him. I needed an internship position. I'm like, what do you got? And immediately he said, all right, I'll put you in garde manger. You can work your way up. We'll see what you got. Everybody talks about you and woo-woo. And I used to go work in people's kitchens for free. That was what I did on the weekends.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, you know, the word is out. And so I did. And from that day I moved on. I worked the whole line. I learned every station in that restaurant. And I was the only person that knew every station. So it was pretty cool.
Which benefits you now because you're opening restaurants left and right.
Yes.
So, you know, that's impressive. And I also want to note something because this goes back to what you said earlier. Hard work opens doors. You said the chef called you.
Yes.
I also read somewhere Top Chef, the show, called you.
Yes.
So it's not like you went out and seeked it. You were interested, I think, right?
Yeah.
But because of all your hard work, doors open. Top
That's
Chef
correct.
called you in the show. So that's something that okay. So I'm just going to put it out there. There are a lot of people like me who would love to cook. I just told you my cooking experience earlier. It hasn't changed. Okay. But like myself, there's a bunch of people out there that want to cook like gourmet meals, just not just meals that just taste good, but meals that look pretty in pictures. I mean, now that Instagram's out, everyone's taking pictures of their food.
That's very true.
There's a couple of my friends and their meals are pretty and I'm sure it tastes good, and so I'm thinking I want to do that, but I won't. So I gotta ask you, would you ever consider in the future teaching a class now? Just kidding.
You know, I will say that I wouldn't teach a class. I mean, you know, I was an instructor at the Art Institute when I moved out here, so I do enjoy that aspect. It's just a different lifestyle. I am used to restaurant, moving, shaking, you know, like all of that. It's just different. So I guess, yeah, I mean, that would probably be something fun.
I like that face that you just made. How about that? Okay, well, just consider that there are people like us that would like to cook, or we're just gonna follow you around.
I like that even better.
Okay.
Let me do it.
All right, that's what we're gonna do. So we spoke earlier about this industry being male dominated. It's 2013. There are a lot of young women and older women who are making bold moves into male-dominated industry. They know it's male-dominated, but the thing is, they're gonna take that chance.
Yes.
Okay. And what advice would you give to young women who are trying to enter your industry and they want to say, I want to be like Chef Tiffany Derry?
Well, I always caution them that it's not about just what you see on TV. You know, a lot of them think, oh, I want to have my own shows and I want to do this. And the only thing they see is the pretty stuff. They don't see the fact of before Top Chef, there was 12 years of hard work.
Right.
You know, they don't necessarily see all that. So I always tell them first learn the craft. Once you learn the craft, then you can move on and you can do all the things that your heart desires. But first, you need to work hard and understand that it is not an easy career. It is not, I mean, we are away from family quite a bit. We put in a lot of hours. It is very physical and very demanding. And so there are a lot of things that you could do that would be easier.
Right.
But if you have a passion for this, then you'll actually last long. If you don't have a passion and you're just doing it for the wrong reasons, you won't last in this industry.
And that's something I watched one of your interviews that you said. A lot of people say, I want to do this. This is my dream to do this. But they don't put the work in.
Not at all. That's a pet peeve. Yes. In anything that you want to do. I mean, it's not just a culinary thing. I feel like the best, like the cream of the crop, are the people who really take it serious and really put in the time.
Okay, awesome. All right, so here's you'll get to know me eventually. But people that know me really well know that I ask some random questions.
Okay, oh gosh, here we go.
So if you were stranded on a deserted island, what 5 foods would you bring with you, and what would you make?
I would bring lemons. Actually, cross that out. I would bring limes.
Okay.
What else would I bring? If I'm on an island, I would be able to fish, so I wouldn't need to bring the seafood.
Okay.
Where are we exactly on this? Am I like more Mediterranean?
Wow. I'm just thinking, just a deserted island.
Okay.
Geography wasn't my strong point.
Okay. Okay, I would bring the limes. I would bring mustard.
Okay, lime, mustard. All right.
Yes. I would bring a knife.
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I won't say that one. Let's see, food-wise, because I will be able to preserve with all of my limes. That's my thinking on that.
Okay.
And the sea could give me natural salt, so I'm okay there.
Okay, good.
I would bring the knife to be able to break down things that I need to.
Okay.
And mustard is just because I love the flavor. So I will be able to have my mustard and my fresh herbs, because I'm pretty sure there's fresh herbs somewhere.
So what's one dish you would make with all that?
Oh, I would eat seafood every day.
Seafood?
I would eat seafood every day. If I can build a bow and arrow and get an animal, I'd do that too.
But not sea bass, right?
No. No Chilean for me. No Chilean.
All right. Well, Chef Tiffany, I just want to thank you so much for your time. This was a fun interview for me, and I hope this meant a lot to you too, because it means a lot to me. Because, like I said, our first event was at your restaurant, and my first interview. To me, the first everything always means something.
It does.
I know.
I agree.
I'm not sentimental, but I am.
Okay. I think it is.
Okay, and so that's why I wanted you to be a part of this. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank you.
of course.